Did you know that research from the University of Iowa College of Education has shown that the Iowa assessments are one of the strongest predictors of future ACT and SAT success? Well, for decades, this test has been the gold standard for measuring student growth used by millions of students across US and Canada. But if you are searching for the ITBS, you might be looking for a ghost. Well, the test has evolved. So if you are an NRI parent applying to private schools, looking for gifted programs, or simply homeschooling, the Iowa assessments are likely on your radar. But unlike state tests, which just check if you pass, this test compares your child to every other student in the nation. Hi, I'm Gurpreet from Wizdomi. So we specialize in personalized one-on-one live tuition for K-12 and competitive exam preparations. So today, I am going to decode the Iowa assessments, formerly the ITBS. I'll explain why this test covers everything from vocabulary to social studies, how to interpret the tricky Great Equivalent score, and why it is often paired with the CogAT. So first, let's clear up the name. The legacy name, ITBS. Its current name is Iowa Assessments. Well, it is developed by the University of Iowa and published by Riverside Insights. So, it is a norm-referenced achievement test. It's used extensively by private schools for admissions, homeschoolers for state compliance, and public schools for gifted identification. Scores are definitely valid for 1 year. The test is broken down by levels. Level 5 to 8, grades K2 are read aloud tests. Levels 9 to 14, grades 3 to 8 are student-based, so it is comprehensive. It takes 2.5 to 5 hours, usually spread over several days. The sections include reading, language, mathematics, social studies, science, and sources of information. Now, the inclusion of science, social studies, and sources of information makes this test unique. It tests general knowledge and not just English and math. Now, let's talk about the prerequisites. They are actually none. So if I talk about registration, private schools register the student. Homeschoolers can order the test from providers like Seton Testing or BJU Press. So note, if you are homeschooling, you may need a bachelor's degree to be approved as a proctor. Fees for homeschool purchases, they are approximately $40 to $60, and the mode is typically paper and pencil. So can you study for the Iowa? Well, yes. Start 4 to 6 weeks before. The techniques are, you should map reading. So teach your child how to read a map key and a graph. Now if I talk about vocabulary in context, you need to practice reading diverse topics. The pacing is, I would say, it's strictly timed, so you need to focus on that. And the common mistake is ignoring computation. The Iowa still tests speed computation, that is adding and subtracting quickly. On exam day, calculators are generally not allowed for the lower levels. Now if I talk about the result for paper tests, it usually comes in 2 to 3 weeks. So you should focus on the national percentile rank, that is NPR. A score of 90 means your child did better than 90% of the students, and top private schools look for 85 plus. Also, the grade equivalent score. The myth is a GE of 6.2 for 4th grader means that they should skip to 6th grade. And the fact is, it means that they scored as well as a 6th grader would have scored on the 4th grade test. In the USA, the Iowa assessment is the first choice for homeschoolers in states with testing mandates. In Canada, private schools often use it to benchmark against US standards. So let's answer 5 common questions. Is ITBS the same as Iowa assessments? Yes, practically it is. Can I help my child during the test? No, you can't do that. What if my child hasn't learned US history? For that, the social studies section is broad and conceptual. Is it harder than the map test? Well, it covers more subjects and is definitely timed. How can Wizdomi help? Well, we offer subject-specific tutoring like math skills or math computation. Now, the Iowa assessments actually give you a 360-degree view of your child's academic health. So it's not just about reading and math, it's about how much they know about the world. So if you want to ensure that your child is performing at the top of their national peer group, just click the link below to book a consultation with Wizdomi. So I'm Gurpreet and I'll see you in the next video.